It is late. Couldn't sleep, so I figured I'd get up and come hang out in the shop with you guys for a little while. It's December, whatever it is, the 6th or 7th today. Yesterday was 15 degrees above zero. Today was 8 degrees above zero, and it's currently raining outside. And there is a snowfall warning here, but in the morning, we're loaded up and we're going to make a mile for BC. Roll intro, because right now I don't have the brain capacity to transition into it. The Phazer has seen a whole lot of love recently, but before that, real quick, everything is on order for the Alpha. In fact, I'll be picking up most of it here this weekend. It's all bought and paid for, and when those parts get in, we'll go through the quote-unquote upgrade. I think I finally have all of our parts condensed down into one box, which is tough because I keep ordering them. A lot of Race Summit parts. That is the one sitting over there where the engine needs to come out again, and we'll take care of that really soon too. As you're watching this video, it means I'm probably out riding with the boys. And Ben and Sean, you guys don't really know how close this machine came to coming with me on this trip. I decided that I needed to service the old White Knight and get it up and running. But while I was in there servicing my chain case, I found this in there. I made a short on this, YouTube short. This was the chain tensioner. I'm pretty religious about servicing my my equipment, so I caught this so early that it didn't do any damage to the chain. I already had the new tensioner in stock because I knew it's a thing. So I was able to just throw in the tensioner and be done with it. Quite honestly, that's like the backup sled, and it's probably always going to get used. So there might be a belt drive kit coming for it. But today, tonight, whatever, I'm just going to go over a few of the little things that I did on the Phazer while it got all that love. So if you've been keeping up, we did the engine, we did a top-end rebuild on it, overhauled the engine, and everything in there looked great. So we gave it a quick hone and threw some new rings at it. While we were doing that, we did the steering shim upgrade kit to take all that slop out of the steering. Both of these are videos, so you can go watch them if you want. While I was upgrading the steering, while I was rebuilding the engine, I did a lot of other stuff off the screen, and I'm just wrapping that up now. So it's already been out and about, obviously, since did that engine job. I went out with my dad, and we filmed the Sledder's Yule log. So if you want to piss off the wife, check out that video there, and you watch it when you open the presents, and everybody has a good time. And it's a perfect excuse to watch a sled video on Christmas Day with the family. So the engine's already been tested and ran in a little bit since just a couple days ago when I rebuilt it. And of course, as in tradition, while I was out there, we had the big toboggan trailer hooked to our brand new engine rebuild, just like we did with the Alpine. So the break-in is going good. It did have a skid plate at one point. It needs one again. The skid plate I took off was completely destroyed. All the mount holes were torn out. It was dragging around, and just having it down there was a bigger hazard than not having it at all. So while the engine was out, I was straightening out what's left of the stock skid plate, and there isn't much protection there. That's pretty spongy. When I was straightening the skid plate out, I fixed a lot of holes. This machine would bog pretty hard when we got it into some deep powder or when it saw snow coming over the hood or onto the handlebars. And I figured out why that is. It's because I had to fix the direct cooling snow injection into the clutches. So that's not going to be a problem anymore. That'll be better, keeping the belt dry in the powder, because there was a big power bog there for sure. I did all the oil injection lines, the oil feed lines, the fuel lines during the rebuild. I was in there anyway, so it was stupid not to do them, especially since I had the hoses in my hand. And then I gave the pipes a quick paint. It's nothing special at all. It's literally just to keep it from rusting. While the pipes were out of it, I broke into the chain case, serviced it. I've been keeping an eye on that tension all these years. It just hasn't been serviced in a while. Everything in there was fine. Clutches, went into both of them, inspected them, cleaned them out. You guys remember last year when we were out with Dad and we were working on the spring return rate a little bit? Position 1. Write that down. And which one is that? B. So we were in 1B position. Well, I advanced the spring even one more position, so I am dealing with an even more aggressive back shift, but I think it's still what this needs. Short, a weight kit, and probably a spring too if we really wanted to get it tuned in. But by that time, it would be fun to do like pipes and stuff too. This could literally be the project that never ends. In fact, My contact from Altitude Power Sports, Richard, I just texted him a couple days ago and I asked, hey, do you have any sort of running board laying around that might fit on this thing? And of course he said yes. So he's going to come by with those sometime and we'll dry fit them. Because the running boards on this thing are the one thing that just suck. Yeah, you see that? Look at all that play. I also set the skis out a little further because it's not usually me riding it and I just wanted a tiny little bit more stability. And I did that while I was doing the fix kit, the suspension shim kit. I lifted the handlebars another inch, but I kept the pod height the same. So even though the handlebars are sitting a little higher, the height of the windshield and the light pod aren't. They're still sitting at the same height they were before. Got the hand warmers on finally. It finally has working hand warmers. I also did the lighting switch, the high-low beam switch, because it was sticky and you have to yank it and pull it and wiggle it, and I just had enough of that. And then I finally did it. I finally painted the tunnel. I coated the tunnel with just like rock guard out of a spray paint can, so yeah, that'll last until it doesn't. There is probably a few odds and ends that I'm missing or not thinking about right now. We really are on to like some of the last things that we can possibly do on this unit. The gauge being one of them. I either need to replace the gauge or open it up and see why the speedo is not working. I'm finally happy with all the work we've done to this thing, all the little tweaks and stuff that we've done, that we can finally call this just a reliable sled, and if we ever need it, we can just start it and take it and throw it in the back of the truck and ride it. Oh, we can ride around here anyway. This Phazer is going to the mountains this year. When we get back from said trip, we'll either hop on the Turbo or the Race Summit. That's going to depend on parts because everything is here for the Race Summit. I do not have everything for the Alpha yet, but it should be here next week. So once I'm back from the trip, we'll hop onto the Race Summit. We'll get that done because there actually might be a little bit of snow around here when we come back, because right now there is a snowfall warning. Alright, that's it. On behalf of myself, the boys here at Six's Backcountry, remember to do the like and subscribe thing, share it with 2 friends, and then they'll share it with 2 friends, and that's like 100 people right there. I'm going to finish up my packing, get some rest, and see you guys in a different setting next time. See everybody in the next one. Womp it. Haven't womped it in a while. Womp it. Was that a cow or a snowmobile?